Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Geek in the Garage. Today I want to talk about lights. Um, Harbor Freight was having a sale yesterday, and they were selling this particular icon light that's normally $60 for $39.99, and I decided to pick it up. I've seen some reviews on it. I didn't think I was going to like it because it seems pretty, pretty big. So let me kind of go over all these lights here that I have that I kind of use consistently, and let you know what I like, what I don't like, what I recommend and don't recommend. So, why don't we start off with this one? Again, this is my newest one. Literally just got it yesterday. Been playing around with it. If you guys have seen this one before, it has this you know this arm or whatever you want to call it that kind of flips out. Has two different kinds of lights. Has a natural light and a regular light. Also has a UV light for you guys that are looking for leaks, and then a traditional kind of flashlight here on the very front. So this one, it's a 1,000 lumens. Each I apologize. Each light here you can turn on or off independently as you kind of cycle through. So here we turn on the main light that's on the front here. Click again, turn on the natural light on the back. Click one more time. You got both of them on at the same time. Not sure when you would need that. And then you have the UV light right here, and then you can turn them off. And then when it's fully closed, you can press the top button here to get the flashlight on. You can also press, when the lights are on, you can press and hold basically to change the brightness. It has a very heavy duty magnet on the back and a hook, so you can put it wherever you want. This has a lot of function for the $39.99 price. Would I recommend this one? It depends. I personally, honestly, don't really like it. And the reason why is it's very big and bulky for what it does. It's 1,000 lumens, which is great, but the traditional icon light is about 800, so I don't see that big of a difference. So, the only time I'd really recommend this one is, if it's on sale, $39, decent price for this. Would I pay 60? Definitely not. But, if you do body work and you need that natural light, for paint matching, things like that, if you're a mechanic and need the UV light searching for leaks, something like this can be an all-in-one. I could definitely see a use case for that. But for me as a home gamer, honestly, $40 even seems a bit much for what this really will do for me, especially because it's so big and bulky. So let me take this out of the way and kind of go over some of the other lights. I do have this, it's an older kind of snap-on bar light here. It's about 300 lumens. This thing, when it was brand new, it was probably, $100 or something kind of in that range. Definitely would not recommend paying that. I got this thing used a while back for maybe like $20, and even at $20, honestly, because it's only 300 lumens, seems like a lot to pay for something like this. But it's snap-on, it's green, it kind of hits a lot of spots for me, so that's one of the reasons why I picked it up. But I probably wouldn't do it again. All right, from there, let's kind of go over all the Harbor Freight stuff first, and then some other options that you can get that's not Harbor Freight. So you guys have probably seen these the icon lights. Again, these are 800 lumens and have a bar light, and then there's the Braun, which is 500 lumens. So this was the first type of light that I picked up from Harbor Freight. And one thing that I really like about this thing is that it's just so flexible. Basically, it has a magnet on the bottom, like most of them do, but you have all these different angles that you can do, whether you want to use it. My most used case is kind of something like this, where it's projecting down on something that I'm working on. So that's why I really liked this particular one, and it also has the little flashlight in the front. So just like the other one, well, I think actually this one is dead, but you press the button, turns on the front lights, two different modes, and then there's also this one right here. So this one, it retails for $29.99, but they always have it on sale for about $14.99, and at that price, it is a steal. One thing that this one has that no other light that I have has is actually, if you take this apart, they're all rechargeable, but this one's not only rechargeable, but if the battery dies at some point in the future, you can simply replace it, probably for a few bucks if you really wanted to, instead of having to buy a brand new flashlight like you would with a lot of these other ones. So again, For the $14.99 price, I would pick these up all day long, and I have these in most of the rooms of my house just because it's a great light, it's cheap, and it gets the job done. Now, when I'm working in the garage, this is my go-to most of the time. So these icon lights, this black one's been out for a few years. The green one was just released earlier this year, but they both function exactly the same. One thing about this light, however, if you guys have seen any hacks on YouTube, is that normally this one, the main bar light right here, is actually reversed. So the main bar is out here, the smaller one is on the inside. And unlike the Braun, it just goes, that's it. It doesn't, you can't, it's not as flexible as the Braun. So what I did, and there's a hack where you can just take this thing apart, and basically there's a couple of plastic pieces inside that you clip off, and you can flip the orientation of the light. So I did that on all of the ones that I have here. I have, I don't know, half a dozen of these, maybe more. And this is what my main used one in the garage. Again, 800 lumens. You press the button once, it gives you the main light. Press it again, gives you the backlight, and then brighter, and then you have the front light, things like that. So basically 2 modes for each bar light, and then 1 mode for the flashlight in the front. This one retails for $39.99, but again, always goes on sale for about $19.99, and at that price, I pick up multiple whenever they go on sale for that price. So this, if from all the lights that you see, this is probably going to be my most recommended light, especially if you can get it for $19.99. 800 lumens, super bright. You can see exactly what you're doing. And then let's go on. So the rest of these are not going to be Harbor Freight. They're going to be either Amazon or Costco, things like that. So I'll go over this one. This is just a standalone kind of Duracell. This one supposedly is 1500 lumens. I don't know if I believe that or not, but it's definitely very bright. This is a Costco purchase. I think it was $20 for 3 of these. So I picked up a couple sets of those when they had them. One nice thing about this is that you can actually, it's almost like a power bank also. So if you have devices that you want to charge, I think it's only 1 amp, so it would obviously charge very slow, but it does give you that option if you want it. But it has, some powerful magnets, a clip, and then same thing, multiple modes. When you can turn it on, gets dimmer, and then also has a natural light option as well for you auto body guys that might, again, need to paint match, things like that. So and you can have both of them on, one of them on. So a lot of different modes. Battery lasts quite a long time. It's a Duracell, so you hope that the battery does a very good job. But if you can find these, I think they're discontinued at the moment. But if you can find these somewhere for the roughly that same price, again, you probably paid $7, less than $7 a piece for this. I'd buy these all day long. That's why I bought a couple of them when they still had them in stock. The next set is going to be EZRED. If you guys know anything about EZRED, EZRED is a company. Obviously, you can buy directly from EZRED, but they are rebranded quite a bit. And from my understanding, especially this one right here, has been rebranded as Snap-on and sells for multiple times the price just because it has the Snap-on name. And I'm sure it's on all the other trucks as well. So this one, I'm sure you guys have seen lights like this. This is like a neck light, or you can also wear it kind of around on your head, like on your ears basically. It's only 300 lumens, but the nice thing about it is, again, it follows your eyes as you're looking around, things like that. So it's a nice thing to have if you're looking to work on something very specific. I think I picked these up on Amazon for $30-something. Right now they're showing for about 40, but they usually will go on sale and the price goes down. But great light, again, if you're looking for something for a wearable light. I don't use a wearable light that often, but when I do, this is my go-to. Next two are going to be EZRED bar lights. This is very similar to the Snap-on. I'm sorry, the Icon that we just saw. The only difference is that it's just all plastic, so it's actually much lighter than the Icon. It adjusts a little bit more like the Braun because it's a little bit more flexible. But this one is is 500 lumens. So, you know, it's basically the equivalent of the Braun from Harbor Freight. Oops, sorry about that. The Braun from Harbor Freight, just that it's made of plastic instead of metal. So if you guys are looking for something light, this is a good option. Also has a magnet and a hook down there. And then just like the other lights, you know, you can turn it on. Has, you know, multiple modes, things like that. And all right, sorry about that, guys. My camera just stopped. So this is just an addition to the video here. So last light I'm looking at is this EZRED bar light. So this one's kind of an interesting form factor because it doesn't fold or anything. It's just this. Has a nice magnet on here that's articulating, and then has a little flashlight on the tip like the rest of them do. One cool thing about this one, and I use this a lot when I'm 3D printing actually, is that you turn it on with this knob, and then you can actually control the brightness from the knob as well, which is kind of cool. Instead of having just two settings like a lot of them do, it's kind of infinitely adjustable, which is nice. So both the EZREDs, this one and this other one, you know, again, made of plastic, very light. I think it's 500 and 600 lumens respectively, and both of these are 20 bucks on Amazon. So definitely would recommend all of the EZRED lights. Would recommend the regular icon lights. The Braun, again, I would wait for a sale. I wouldn't pay full price. This one can be a bit pricey right now. If it goes on sale, it might be something I recommend. If you guys can find the Duracell, go for it. But again, the only one I am not going to recommend, unless you have a specific use case for it, is going to be this guy. Because for 60 bucks retail, even 40 bucks on sale, it's just big, bulky, it's heavy. So unless you really need that natural light feature or the UV feature, I would skip this light and go with any of the other ones that I've reviewed here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What other lights do you like? You know, I've never had personal experience with the Stream lights. I know that they have a lot of good reviews, but can be a bit pricey. And again, most of the lights are going to be either Amazon or Harbor Freight, with the one exception of the Costco one over here. So let me know what you guys think. Please, you know, leave a comment below, and then please like and subscribe. Thank you.